welcome back to a brand new video. And me and Dwayne have been talking recently about what to do for this week's video, and I think he came up with a really cool idea. So why don't you tell him your... Whoa!
Yo!
Dwayne, what happened to you?
What?
What do you mean, what happened to me? What? You're like small with big eyes and thin outlines, and overall it's a really blander design than what you originally had.
Yeah!
Well, alright, I guess I can live with it. I mean, you're one of my closest friends after all. I gotta support your decisions. So anyway, why don't you tell the audience what you thought of for... Okay? Anyway, so Dwayne had this cool idea for a video. Anyway, we were going to review porn... Okay. I don't know what to do about this.
Have a Bowser!
Gasp! Dwayne?
See the music? Dammi do pase! Venuta mia figlia! Break! Venuta mia figlia! Oh, vai sfida! Oh, round is up! No! Beer! No!
Later! Yeah!
Uh-huh. So cartoon reboots. Yeah, so if it wasn't clear already, we're talking about cartoon reboots. Reboots are something that are inevitable, especially in this nostalgia-fueled age in animation. And they've been a very controversial topic for the 2010s, especially with the, let's just say less than great reboots that have come out in the last 6 years. But why, Millie? Why are reboots such a controversial topic? Well, for one, to me, it's honestly about the presentation. Reboots are a rebranding / do-over for a show that some people are really attached to. Some may hold the shows in high regard, so of course people will have the same standards for the reboot. But when the reboot turns out to be mediocre or bad, it puts a sour taste in your mouth knowing that a brand that you love so much and know is good has to put its name on this disappointment. And there's been a lot of that in the 2010s. Teen Titans, Ben 10, the Powerpuff Girls, and Scooby-Doo are just some examples of reboots this decade that didn't really fly with the fans. And hey, they're all from Cartoon Network! What do you know? Teen Titans had Teen Titans Go, which I feel needs no introduction. I've talked about Teen Titans Go before on the channel, but my opinions have definitely changed towards it. Still, in comparison to the Loud House, I found it way more enjoyable, but it does have its problems. And in comparison to the original, oh man, it is no contest. I remember watching the OG Teen Titans with my friend Cass last summer, and this was right after my review of Go, and I forgot how good the show was. It has great storytelling and character development, and the fights are overall just really well done. It's definitely a highlight of the 2000s. Teen Titans Go, on the other hand, throws all that out the window, and is very loud, and not in a funny way. Look, Season 1 and the movie are good. I would even say great. And the show definitely has its moments, but I totally understand where the fans of the original Teen Titans are coming from. And after all this time, I finally agree with them. Powerpuff Girls 2016, just go home. The Powerpuff Girls 2016 reboot is the most disrespectful revival of a show I've ever seen. It's a disgrace to the OG fans, the creator Craig McCracken, and to the original source material. It's the most pandering show I've ever witnessed, and it's overall just horrible. It treats its characters with no respect and is littered with story cliches, and it wins the award for best show for use as an example for what not to do when rebooting a cartoon. As for Ben 10 2016, its problem is its pacing. Most times the action isn't there and the stories are so slow that I'd label the entire show as just boring. And other times, it has the problem Mighty Magisaurs had and injects fucking Sonic the Hedgehog into its pacing. And for Scooby-Doo, there was Be Cool Scooby-Doo. Holy shit, kill it with fire! Kill it with fire! Okay, Be Cool Scooby-Doo is definitely the worst show in the series, style-wise. It looks like a fucking Seth MacFarlane cartoon. But story-wise, it's alright actually. It incorporates the story arc idea from Mystery Incorporated, the best Scooby-Doo series, and it's very self-aware, and it's kind of like a parody of Scooby-Doo. It's definitely the best out of the 4 reboots we've discussed, but at the end of the day, it's just Scooby-Doo. Nothing special. They reboot the damn thing every 3 years. In fact, it's already on its 3rd series this decade. God! Now, despite the mostly negative opinions I have towards reboots, there are of course some exceptions. There are reboots out there with heart and soul put into them. A good reboot doesn't just copy the original, and it doesn't just throw it all away either. No, a good reboot adds on to the original and makes it its own thing. And the only reboot I've seen do that so far is DuckTales 2017. DuckTales is a perfect reboot, in my opinion of course. It's also a really good show, with a great cast and a great ongoing story. It mixes the original idea with the new generation, importing new ideas and even concepts from other old Disney shows like Tailspin and The Three Caballeros, which fit in perfectly with the show's lore. They even got Donald Duck in as a main character, and they fixed the characters from the old show. Huey, Dewey, and Louie are all different characters with different designs and character personalities. And the updated Webby is great, and her personality isn't just, well, girl. I love it. They also added some new characters like Lena and Violet, who I will protect with my life. All in all, without spoilers, there are some great twists in the show, and it is very high quality and I highly recommend a watch. Other great reboots include the 2011 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and of course My Little Pony Friendship is Magic. Both are good examples of reinventing the formula done right, and both were absolutely great shows with a great story and conclusion. They both show that cartoon reboots don't have to be one-to-one with the original. In fact, that would be pointless in my opinion. I feel cartoon reboots are done best when they're their own show, while of course still respecting the original source material. And if it finds a balance between the old and the new, that'll be great. Maybe someday we'll reach a point where people will know how to reboot shows properly, and Cartoon Network will stop staining the legacy of great shows with their shitty reboots. Well, I'm done talking about these cartoon reboots. Hopefully you'll give some of them a try, even some of the bad ones, as like I said, some of them have their moments, except for the Powerpuff 2016, of course. True that. You know, ever since I found out about that, I've been meaning to ask you, do you ever miss your old life? You know, back in the previous generation where you were at the top of your game and wasn't trapped inside a rock?
Oh, Vargas feita. Yeah, Brumitina. Yeah!
Ugh. Well, while we sort this thing out, I'm gonna take a leave. Anyway, I'm here to announce that for an 1,000 subscriber special, I'm gonna post a picture of my friend Joel as a still image for an hour with in-game music playing in the background. So if you want to see it, be sure to subscribe. Anyway, that's gonna be it for now. Thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, take care.